The Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, Week 9, Sunday, live. If you're looking for your viewer questions, well, you got to wait till around 10:30 when we actually answer the viewer questions. Then the rules will be imposed. Before then, we're going to talk about some spreads, some DraftKings picks, some props for the day, and go over all the injuries that matter. Garion Thorne is in studio with me.
Hello.
Let me tell you about the giveaway. How do you feel about that?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like free things.
Yeah, if people out there want to get into a draw for $20 DK, all they got to do is smash the like button for the episode, leave their DraftKings handle in the comment section. You tell me who your slate breaker is for the Week 9 main slate. People get very confused about this, Gary. I did the DraftKings show with Raza on Wednesday, and we break down the main slate as we've done for every main slate for the past, 5 years or so. And then people just be like, where are all the Jaguars? Like, not on the main slate, man. I don't understand. Idiots, Garion.
Well, I mean, time zones are hard.
Time zones, they are quite difficult. And there's a daylight savings switch. I guess
so
we're
many
out of it or we're into it.
I think we're into it.
Yeah,
we have an expert on this.
It's the darker version of it.
Yeah.
Where it just gets dark out early, and that's not great.
Some might say it's the bad version of it.
It is. Just keep the time zones normal.
I agree.
I just want more light, especially in the winter, so I don't get a bad case of sad. I feel like I get it.
Sure. Need that sweet melatonin.
Yeah, I gotta go like the tanning beds, up my vitamin D. Get the brightness back in my life. Anyway, we're going to take 5 questions right off the hop. Ready?
Yes.
I guess if the game hasn't kicked off yet, I did play 2 props. If people want to get it on props for the Jags and Texans game, I have Kenny Stills over 3.5 catches at plus money and Gardner Minshew over 18.5 rushing yards. Those are the 2 that I played for the game. We'll get to the rest of the props for the main slate a little bit later on. But the big 5, ready? Josh Jacobs or Jalen Samuels this week?
I would still go Josh Jacobs.
I would go Jalen Samuels.
Okay.
I just think the receiving is there for him. It's a better floor, if nothing else.
Yeah. I don't know. I just still think Jacobs has the better matchup, and I think he's a lock for 20 touches.
Yeah,
Again,
and so is Samuels, probably.
2 top 15 running backs.
Yep. So PPR flex need 1. David Montgomery, flea market, or Hunter Henry. I play Henry.
Yeah, Henry. Although I don't think last week was necessarily an aberration for Montgomery.
No, it's not that.
But I just think Henry's so safe.
Henry should, especially in this matchup where they should be throwing the entire time. I mean, David Montgomery could go back to 3 yards per carry pretty quickly.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Especially against a good run D.
I think the volume's just safe.
Yeah, we'll see about that. He's
not going to get 31 touches.
No, but if the way to beat the Eagles is to like hit the outsides and get to the perimeter, this could be a Tariq Cohen game.
It might be. It just seems
how much success have the Bears had running David Montgomery? 0-1.
It's true. Look, what they want to do is clearly not always what's going to happen because they want to win games, and that doesn't happen a whole lot. But from the snap counts, it seems like they really want to use David Montgomery.
Oh, they're singing the anthem. I don't know. I am watching it on. Oh, they're singing
Which anthem?
Star Spangled Banner. They're not singing the London anthem.
We're from London.
Let's get a brew. Hey, watch some footy. Yeah, have a riot. We'll be fighting.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty sure that's the anthem.
I think so. I mean,
I've watched the Olympics, so I'm pretty sure.
Do cities have anthems?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Le'Veon Bell or Austin Eckler? Le'Veon Bell.
Lev.
All right. Pick a running back, 2, and a flex play. Beckham, James White, Mark Walton, Golden Tate. Walton's the running back.
Yep.
And Beckham.
Yeah.
And last one. Ready? Before we get rid of these questions for a while.
We get a little crazier.
Tannehill or Sam Darnold?
Ugh.
I'll take the Ghost Man.
I will also take the Ghost Man.
All right.
You know what? Ghosts don't like heat.
I thought Ghost wouldn't travel well to Jacksonville last week, but that wasn't the case.
I think he had a bigger issue with the real defenders on the Jaguars.
Maybe so. We'll see. All right. So everyone out there, you smash the like button. That way we can continue doing all these questions. We have different levels for how much overtime we get into and answering your questions. Again, the 10:30 mark. But we're going to bring in our ghost expert. In fact, he might be a ghost hunter. It is Tim Undergust.
Tim Undergust.
That's not my name.
Are you a ghost hunter? That could be a new job for you.
But I'm very concerned. I think Kurt Warner's wearing blue jeans to call this football game.
Okay.
Instead of like black jeans?
No, like he's wearing jeans. Like, come on, man.
He's sitting
Like,
in a
this is not
booth.
casual.
He's sitting in a
This is
booth.
not
Who cares?
This is not casual Friday. It's an NFL football game.
I mean,
don't like it.
I would
most
say-
as a professional broadcaster, I can assure you that most people just wear shorts underneath.
Yeah,
No, professional
pants are
broadcasters
truly-
wear suit and ties.
No, they don't.
No,
they
they
really
don't.
don't.
They wear a
always-
jacket and tie.
Yes, a lot of times they wear a jacket and tie, but if you don't see their pants, they're probably wearing no
But
pants
you
or
do
shorts.
see their pants now in this day and age. You always see them standing up at some point during the game.
Do you?
Either way, who cares? It's
Yeah.
jeans. Why don't you get
No,
over
no,
it?
I feel like
don't-
Kurt
don't
Warner looks
care
real
for it.
good in jeans.
Handsome
Don't care.
fella.
Kind of a jeans guy.
We've went over how Kurt Warner, one of the most handsome quarterbacks of all time.
I would
Kurt
agree.
Warner's one of my favorite players of all time. I just don't.
Not
think
anymore,
he's
though.
good.
Yeah, not anymore. I think he
Not
wears
anymore.
jeans. So, Tim, the big question this week, you were talking about filling out your DraftKings lineup, and you have to get McCaffrey in at $10,000. That's the play for you. So does that mean you have to use Jalen Samuels as well?
I don't believe you have to, but you do need to find value at running back somewhere else because I think receivers where you else need to pay up this week. So you need to find some receiver in the between 5,500 and less category to buy. Like I have Philip Lindsay right now in there as the other running back, but there's nothing wrong if you wanted to grab Melvin Gordon this week. I think it's a fantastic buy. If you wanted to take Royce Freeman, if you liked him better, LaShawn McCoy should have a nice game. Like you need to buy somebody who's reasonably inexpensive once you buy Christian McCaffrey.
Well, Gary, and let me throw this to you. I have played 12 DraftKings lineups this week, and I've been kind of wavering back and forth. Like, how many lineups do I use Jalen Samuels in? The answer is 100%.
I would say all of them is
Yeah.
probably the answer.
He's the free square of the week.
Yeah. Look, I use this comparison a lot, but it's never been more apt than today. This is week 1 of last year. This is just you're going to play the Steelers running back who's getting probably 90%,
Yeah.
95% of
He
the touches.
He also shows up in the props. I should probably give out this prop right now before it gets juiced even more. It's already down to minus 140, but Jalen Samuels over 3.5 catches. I like that a lot.
Seems pretty likely.
Yeah.
I believe in the games where Mason Rudolph has started for the Steelers, we're looking at something close to a 30% target share for the Steelers running backs, which is massive.
Now, do we think that Trey Edmonds gets involved? I don't.
He might. I mean, I could see a few snaps, but I'm not overly fearful.
Well, what prop would you enjoy more? Would it be Jalen Samuels over 3.5 catches or Jalen Samuels over 19.5 carries? I like the receptions better.
I think the receptions
Yeah,
are
I do
just
too.
safer.
You could see this game going, even though I think Pittsburgh wins, you could see this game going sideways in such a way that Pittsburgh just has to throw the ball more often.
I also think Pittsburgh wins, but
I think Indy wins. Indy's better.
yeah,
I'm not so sure they are,
Yeah.
actually.
They-
Pittsburgh is sort of being slept on. Pittsburgh can still make the playoffs.
I don't think Pittsburgh's good. I just think we did this last time where we were just like, oh, T.Y. Hilton's it. That's fine. The Colts are good.
Not so much.
Their offense
The Colts are also
lacks.
fun, but you do well not to trust Indianapolis outdoors on the road in a tough spot where it's going to be kind of chilly. So
Either way, I just think with there being some differentiation in how we think this game script could possibly go, 20 carries is still a lot of carries. That is not a
Yeah.
number that gets hit very often.
I looked at the Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is also 19.5. I was like, I want to have something on Nick Chubb this week. I think that Nick Chubb has a really big week. So I'm just using him a lot on DraftKings. But I looked at like 19.5 for rushing attempts. Like, well, if they get behind, then he's not going to hit that. And the Browns are favored in that game. I don't have the utmost confidence in the Browns. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, I mean, that happened. I remember I took a prop with him, I guess it was week 5 when they played the 49ers on Monday Night Football, and it was 18.5 carries. And yeah, he had, I believe, 11 carries at the end of the first quarter and did not hit that prop because the Browns like getting down by several touchdowns. It's something they do quite well.
Well, the big thing.
not a good team.
Well, remember last week we had the Robbie Anderson prop? That
He hit for 2 seconds?
Yeah, he hit it on the first drive of the game, and then he got called for offensive pass interference, then didn't hit the prop.
Nope.
And guess who's suckering me back in this week?
It's enticing.
They've dropped it 10 yards. It's Robbie Anderson over 46.5 receiving yards.
Well, if the Dolphins are
taking
willing
under.
to just put their cornerbacks on the IR for he fell down, they might end this game with like running backs playing corner. I don't know. It's really they've really perfected this tanking thing. I got to give them credit.
But the Bengals actually tank better.
Yeah, but it's unintentional tanking.
Exactly.
I,
So they're,
I don't think the Bengals are trying to be.
Oh, they're not. They're just bad.
They just happen to be.
Again, it sounds dumb, but I'm so excited for Week 16. I just want to see two teams actively trying to lose to each other.
Well, the Dolphins are
60
going to win
minutes.
2 games against the Jets, so I don't think that game's going to be all that relevant.
Oh, stop your woe is me. You
What do I
chose
got
to be a
look
Jets
forward to?
fan.
Well,
Nothing. I'm not here to sugarcoat your Jets fandom. It can't be done.
Oh,
You've made the decisions you've made.
God, I hate this. Take that down. I don't want to look at it.
yeah, you haven't seen that, have you, Gary?
No, I did see it. I, like most of the nation, I assume,
Watches the
even if
Spread
I
Pick show?
only have 15 minutes to watch the show, I immediately click on the Jets section of the show. It goes Jets, then Chargers, then I might see what's said about the Dolphins, and then, well, obviously cuss corner minis. Whole show if possible, but
It's like 2.5 hours.
definitely the Jets section if I
Gary
have
uses
time.
time codes. The
I
time
do.
codes
I use
exist.
the time
Gary.
codes all the time
People don't even know the time codes are there, then complain that there's no time codes.
because you have to press the show more button.
Yeah.
It's so complicated.
I know, it's a very difficult task. So all running back injuries right now. Jalen Samuels expected to play, is going to play. Royce Freeman going to play. Miles Sanders going to play. James Conner not playing. Already ruled out. Chris Thompson, Benny Snell, and Trey Carson was put on IR. Remember we had Ty Johnson week last week? Not a success.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
is it Ty
Did end up playing the most snaps somehow. Didn't feel like
and
it.
dropped a touchdown, which
Did drop
really
a
could have
touchdown
helped
as well,
out. Would you turn to? We discussed this a little bit pre-show, but like if you wanted to be one of those people that doesn't play Jalen Samuels, which
Which
if
I'm
he
not.
Which if he has,
Yeah, we figured that.
yeah, we yeah.
Yes, I think we should have learned our lesson from last week that even though something looks obvious, it oftentimes isn't in the NFL. Just take a safer option.
I would say that Jalen Samuels' definitive role is a little bit safer than some guy named Ty Johnson, who we were just like, I guess this is the guy now.
Yeah, the big question with the problem with the reason that you ended up on Ty Johnson last week was that there was no cheap running backs who
Also
anyone felt good
that.
playing. He was the cheapest one. So if you wanted to cram in all the guys that you wanted to cram in at the top, then you had to go to him. And no one really felt good about it. And even when the ownership came out by the end of it, like people were scared off by it. But now
there's a passel of cheap running backs.
Oh, yeah.
there's one
many
that's
cheap
really,
players.
really good. Then there's the second one. And then there's a whole bunch of like Frank Gores and Adrian Peterson.
No, I said Melvin Gordon. I think Gordon's a fantastic value at $5,000. He's clearly the back in LA. No matter what you think, no matter how much better Eckler may be, Eckler is an unplayable player.
Look,
they don't like
Eckler is
him.
not unplayable, by the way.
He was last week again.
No,
No, he
look,
wasn't. He also scored a touchdown last week. He's
there
been
is
good
a-
every single week.
He fluked into one.
There is a case to
telling
be
you.
made that the reason an offensive coordinator was fired this week is because they leaned too heavily on Melvin Gordon. Like, I don't think Melvin Gordon is suddenly going to be non-existent in the Chargers offense, but I don't think you can go into this week. Rarely can you go into any Chargers week and say that this thing is definitive about the Chargers, but especially the week they fired their offensive coordinator. I don't know how you can have this much confidence in Melvin Gordon, who has sucked all year.
Well, he actually did. He actually played reasonably well last week.
He was fine, sure. But
I wouldn't even go.
it is a relatively small sample of him being even sort of playable.
I don't know. There just seems to be a hype factor where people just want to like get rid of Gordon and boost Eckler, despite the fact on the ground suggesting it's not going to happen.
I think the most important thing to take away from that game is you don't want to play the running back elements of the Chargers anyway. You want to be playing the pass catching options for the Chargers. They're going to have
Which
to throw the
Eckler
ball.
is.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, anyway, no Trey Carson. Would you play Ty Johnson? Because the discussion
No.
that we had is because Davis big on Ty Johnson.
Sure.
Not shocking.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, Davis loses almost as much as I do with this stuff. So that makes a whole lot of sense. But Mark Walton going into the week, and this is what Davis actually wanted to talk about, or maybe it was Raza, I forget. But the guy that you identified as the supreme value of the week, and then another guy opened up. Now, no one's playing the guy who was the really good value to begin with.
Yeah.
And he's only $4,500, like, and he's against the Jets. He's going to play like 80% of the snaps.
Yeah, I don't think John Boy Walton's going to have a very good game. Sorry about that.
So you think the Jets are going to lose, and you also think
This is going to be a sadness game. This is going to be like a 13-10 type of game. Like, it's not going to be a lot of points scored. It's going to be an ugly, ugly game between two terrible teams that will not be high scoring in the least. The under is a lock.
I like the over in this game.
I was going to say
I don't see it happening unless the defenses score touchdowns. That's the only way this game
that's
even approximates.
100% on the table. The
Sure,
quarterbacks
that's
in
the
this
only
game
way
is
it
Sam Darnold and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Understandable, which is why you wouldn't mind having a piece of either of those defenses in this game.
Oh, fun thing. Did you know that Sam Darnold has more turnovers through his career in the amount of games than Jamarcus Russell did by like 10?
That's amazing.
That's pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, but he also played 11 years ago when people weren't just gunning it as much as they do now. So,
Maybe.
I think it's kind of apples to oranges.
So wait, your take here is Jamarcus Russell didn't just gun the football whenever possible. Your take is that
Not a
Jamarcus
problem.
Russell was a composed and
No, they didn't
check
throw as
down
often.
oriented
I'd
passer.
be curious to see the amount of pass attempts that Russell had in the same amount of games as Darnold. I bet you it would be significantly fewer.
I think as soon as you waste a minute going back in time comparing Sam Darnold to Jamarcus Russell, you've already lost your
I'm not
stance on
making the
Sam Darnold.
comparison. I think it's a phony comparison.
You just said you'd like to go back. And
I said if we're going to have that conversation, I'd like to look at that. But I actually think it's a waste of everyone's time to consider that.
So you would go Walton over Ty Johnson, as would I?
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Don't play neither. I don't think there's value on either. Play good players. Don't play. This is, I guess, the lesson to be learned is like don't go after the hype guys. Play solid guys every week.
We're just talking about two non-hype guys. That's the entire thing.
No, they're trendy. I'm sorry.
Both project to be under 5%
What,
owned
I'd
this
say,
week.
what do you think the ownership of Jalen Samuels is going to be this week, Tim?
Like 50%.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. He could be the first player
I
this
thought he
week.
was going to give me some sort of like 20%.
No, but like, if he's 50%, that means no one is using
Yeah, in that
anyone
range.
else around him.
Exactly. I agree. I think, look, I think Walton, I even don't dislike Ty Johnson necessarily. I just think Walton is a better play.
Wide receivers: Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, Hollywood Brown, Adam Thielen, Curtis Samuel, Deshaun Jackson, and Sterling Shepard all appear as if they are going to play. No word yet on N'Keal Harry. It's not like you're going to play N'Keal Harry, but he could be active for this Patriots game. Does anyone have any thoughts on him? Because I don't.
I think
No,
we
although
just see
maybe it hurts the
packages.
news slightly. Maybe.
No, because he played the outside. Like I would think that if they went 4 wide, it would be Harry, and Dorsett on the outside, Sanu and Edelman in the slot. Then you mix in Ben Watson when you play some of your bigger 3 packages and everything like that. I think, would you pick him up in fantasy?
I think there's no problem picking him up. I
wouldn't.
think if you're in a 12 or a 14-man league, you can probably look at your bench right now and find one guy who's just... And we're almost... I know next week is a massive bye week, the biggest we have, but we're almost through the byes. And if you know your team has pretty much gotten through that, now your bench spots are just lottery tickets. So I think he's a pretty high leverage lottery ticket.
The issue is that he's like a deep play guy, at least theoretically, what we know of him, that he's going to be... His best usage is being a deep play guy, and the Patriots don't throw the ball more than like 10 yards downfield.
No, they don't. Either Brady throws to wide open guys or he throws it into the ground. Those are the 2 passes they have.
So Texans attempting a field goal.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, I don't think they make it.
Have you already seen what happens?
No.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Obviously, no Marquise Lee. Will
God.
Fuller? Did they make it or miss it?
You made it.
You bet on the Texans.
I know, but I don't. They didn't deserve to get points on that drive the way they played. It was 1st and 35 for heaven's sake.
You know why? Because the entire offensive line was wearing jeans.
Yeah, too many.
What a disgrace to
too
the
many
game.
jeans. Colts situation. No T.Y. Hilton here.
Sure.
If you had to rank the pass catcher, because it's not an easy matchup against the Steelers. The Steelers' D is actually quite good.
Yeah.
But a lot of the goodness of their defense is generated from the defensive line, which gets a ton of pressure. Unfortunately, the Colts
Great
have
offensive
a
line.
great offense. A battle of 2 really good offensive lines going at it in this game. But who do you think the best pass-catching options in this game are? Everyone's gravitating towards Zach Pascal because last time out, he had the big game. But I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case. Like, Chester Rogers got hurt in that game. Not that I love Chester Rogers, but I just see a lot of like 7-yard passes to Chester Rogers.
Yeah.
Go take the Brontosaurus. This seems like a perfect spot for him.
But
I know we said that
just
last week and it wasn't.
Doyle was so involved last week. Like, I don't know.
I
how
get
you
it,
know
but
the
now
choose
without
between those 2 tight
Hilton,
ends.
I get that, but without Hilton, there are several targets that have to be distributed. So, and you know that Ebron is the guy that the Colts prefer around the red zone. So, I'll go with
Look,
it.
I think Pascal is probably the number 1 option, but like you said, I don't think he separates himself like a phenomenal amount from the Chester Rogers of the world,
Yeah,
from
like-
Patty Campbell.
Paris Campbell?
So-
He's always live to score a touchdown. Like, if I had to play one of those, like, 5 guys, the answer would be Zach Pascal. But the real answer is just try not to play any of them.
Yeah, I think that's probably the takeaway. I guess you could see a scenario where Tim might be accurate in just that there's so much volume on the table that this could be the one game where both tight ends could be viable.
Doesn't this game feel like an under?
It does.
No,
Really? You don't think this
no,
is...
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be. I think this is the wacky game of the day. I think it's gonna because we do have two pretty. The Steelers are a dumb team and do dumb things, even though I think they've got a ton of talent. And they've got players like Smith-Schuster who's starting to break out again and starting to play up to his potential. I think this game's going to be like 35-30, something crazy.
I mean, there's something to be said for even Juju at 6'3". You look at that Colts secondary, the last 4 weeks, they've given up over 8 yards per opponent pass attempt, and they don't have their top cornerback again this week.
Yeah, do you trust Mason Rudolph to actually make non-wide open throws? Because I don't. That's really the reason I like the Colts, because he's terrible.
He's not good. I'll give you that.
And that, like, in the Pat Mayo betting matrix, the three things that I really look at: head coach versus head coach. Who you got?
Yeah.
Reich or Tomlin? I feel like that's a heavy Frank Reich.
Yeah. I don't know if it's heavy as it used to be. I think Tomlin's actually somehow gotten less bad at his job the last couple of years. I thought 2 or 3 years ago.
Wait. What?
Fired. I thought 2 or 3 years ago he should have been fired. He was still bad. I actually think he's now like pulled up on the lever from being like the worst to like mediocre.
What exactly did he do to make you have this change of
No
heart?
longer going for dumb 2-point conversions that made no sense. He's no longer like punting the ball away in bad spots. Like he's making a marked improvement on the way and plus the way he's handled this season. I thought when things could have really gone off the rails, he's got this team sort of pulled back to 3-4. They got a chance to make the playoffs. I think he's done an underrated coaching job this season.
I mean, part of that was they got to play the Bengals and the Dolphins. That certainly helps when you're trying to salvage your season.
Okay, I'm just saying I think things could have gone really sideways, and he didn't allow that. I think.
Also, just to say that they're live in the AFC playoff picture, technically the Dolphins are still live in the AFC playoff picture. That's how bad it is out there.
Yeah, well, the Dolphins are going to win today, and then people will be selling ball hats outside the stadium saying Dolphins are running the table, making the playoffs.
They should. What if they did? Would that make you happy or sad, Garion?
If they won today?
If they ran the table and made the playoffs?
Oh, I guess I'd be happy. That'd be hilarious. But I don't know. Again, like I said to Tim on Twitter this week, I am in a win-win situation here. If the Dolphins win today, it's hilarious for the Jets. If the Dolphins lose, they continue to tank. Like there's no bad scenario. I am so looking forward to watching that game. It promises to be just one of the funniest things on TV.
Paul?
Yeah, I have my first little pitch in of the day. So I was just wondering if Tim bet that Colts Steelers over, because it sounded like he thought the total was going to go like over 25 points over the actual total of 41.
I do like that over quite a bit.
Did you bet it?
On my pro line.
Did you add it to like your parlay or what?
It's on his pro line.
Why do you keep playing Pro Line? We tell you every week. You're on a
likes the
gambling
feel
site
of the
right
ticket in his
now
hand.
where you can bet on this and get better odds, and you don't have to parlay it. You can just bet it.
I know.
It doesn't seem like you do know.
It's a habit. Sorry.
It's a bad habit. Bad habit to be in.
Oh, like Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah.
Back in the habit?
He never left
Anyway.
the habit.
Oh,
That game and the Seattle game are the two games, or sorry, the Carolina game. Sorry, the games I think that will be just be silly with crazy points. And of course, the Oakland Detroit game, anything could happen in that game. I am prepared for any number of nonsense to take place in that Oakland Detroit game.
Well,
the stupid factor is so high in that game, like it's off the charts.
The two highest total games are that one,
Yep.
the Lions at Raiders. That's 51 right now, and then Bucks at Seattle. I've asked numerous people all week, like, what game would you feel more comfortable betting the over in? So which game scores more points? Everyone keeps telling me it's Lions Raiders. I just don't see that.
Because Seattle can get in their own way, right? Seattle could. I think that of those four teams that we're talking about, the team I think that's likeliest to score the fewest is the Seahawks.
I would just say my fear would be Seattle continues to run the football, the clock keeps moving, and
Yeah,
that's
but
what catches up
will
on
they
them.
be able to effectively run the ball against the Bucks?
Again, we talked about this a little bit last week. There are certain teams where I just look at a matchup and go, I can see this, and I'm sure they see this too, but I don't think that's enough to actually change their philosophy. Like Russell Wilson is possibly having like a top 5 QB season of all time from like an efficiency perspective, and they're still like, we should probably run the ball 60% of the time though. So I don't trust that coaching staff to make the proper decisions on a lot of play calling situations.
The biggest thing is like Jameis might throw them out of this game immediately, which leads to points.
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
But then he'll get all the points back.
he does love a good second half.
He was in garbage time after 10 minutes last week against the Titans.
A lot of the times with these high overs, you're in a situation where you can sometimes, the scores gets too lopsided, and we have situations where it becomes like a 31-10 game or something along those lines. The Bucs don't score 10 points. That's not how they do things. You're right.
And neither do the Raiders. The Raiders, I think, are the only team who've scored 3 touchdowns or more in like 3 or 4 consecutive weeks.
Yeah.
Like the Raiders are a good offense, and we don't really treat them in the same
No,
vein.
the Raiders are a good first half offense. When they get through all the Gruden scripted plays, their offense becomes a disaster. But they're really
that's fair.
they're really good in the first half.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very fair point.
You know what I'm betting here? Oh, that's first quarter lines. I don't like that. Where's first half lines? Raiders -1.5 first half. Let's make that bet.
And I just think that building's going to be rocking. They haven't played a game in that stadium since September 16th or something. Like, that's going to be a big spot where everybody, and there's going to be a huge spot for the Raider fans, and that's a very intimidating place to go into.
Most difficult position to figure out of the week, especially on the main slate, is tight end.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Cameron Brate's playing or not. We still haven't heard about that. I'm guessing yes at this point. But Herndon and Lacoste both look like they're going to be out. Lacoste could end up playing, but you're not playing Lacoste anyway. O.J. Howard, Vernon Davis.
I got bad news for your Kenny Stills prop.
What, is he hurt?
He's questionable to return with a groin injury.
Well, fuck. Well, that sucks.
How's he going to pay the bills that way?
He already had how many?
Well, if he has Affleck,
he already had a catch too. Damn it.
He'll have medical bills to pay.
Yeah, what does he have to use? The National Health Service over in London to get his groin ready.
Can someone explain to me why it is that Kelsey is more expensive than Waller when it's really hard to make that case this week? Like, Waller is a better player right now. I would take him.
Then play Waller.
Like, I mean, I'm not playing either. I'm not paying up a tight end, but I think it's silly that Kelsey's $600 more expensive.
I mean, the Vikings have just completely
been annihilated
by tight ends so far this season. So there's that.
I get you, but with Moore instead of Mahomes, I don't trust it.
I prefer Waller too. I think Waller's a better play.
Yeah, but I don't think we're at a point where even if Matt Moore is quarterbacking the team, we can make the case against Kelsey being the top priced tight end. He's just the best tight end in football. So I'm fine with it. But yeah, I'd rather play Waller.
Who are the pay down guys? The only one I can really feasibly come up with is Jonnu Smith.
Yeah.
Maybe Noah Fant against the Broncos with Heuerman out.
I guess.
I said earlier I'm playing Olsen this week just because I wanted to find a way to do a cheap stack of the Panthers. Given that I'm pot committed already with McCaffrey, I figure I might as well try to maximize my usage of that money.
I do think, though, Jonnu is probably just the safest and lowest I'd be willing to go. I mean,
Jonnu vision?
Jonnu vision. Tannehill's 2 starts. He's targeted tight ends 28% of the time. Jonnu played 73% of the snaps last week. It's not like he's coming out of nowhere either. Like,
he's
a huge spark guy coming out of the draft. Like, he's talented. I think he's actually kind of good. And you look at his efficiency numbers in terms of catch rate, in terms of yards per route run. He's up there with the elites at the position. It's just that he hasn't run the same number of routes they have so far this season.
The guys that people are actually using from the very bottom of tight end this week: Fant projected around 5% ownership, Doyle around 4%, Cameron Brate around 4%, Goddard around 3%, Greg Olsen around 5%. I'm actually kind of stunned that Olsen is garnering higher ownership than Jonnu Smith is.
Yeah,
Are people just buying tight end this week? They're just paying up? Is that why?
Yeah, like no one feels like the top 3, so Kelsey, Waller, and Henry, I have projected right now at 17%, 25%, and 19%. That's where people are going at tight end. It's tough to do this week.
I mean, Carolina, if you just look at the surface numbers, they've been pretty stout.
Kenny Stills, back.
Is he back? There
He's
we go.
Back.
Groins of steel.
Back by popular demand.
They've been pretty stout against
Groins
tight
of
ends
steel.
from a volume perspective. But the last 3 weeks, they've given up 11.5 yards per target to tight ends. Like, they are susceptible. I really do like John.
Oh, Pat Mayo, you do not want to see this.
Oh, no, but Kenny Stills caught it and got hurt again? Great.
He took off his helmet and ran off the field in distress.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's fine. Now I told you, the National Health Service is getting him back in.
He's just a little airborne. He's
fucking
still good.
Kenny Stills, man. He's killing me. He's halfway to the prop already. It's the first quarter.
That's a hard landing.
But maybe he just got the air knocked out of him. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Doesn't look good.
Well, he landed at the very top of his
hard.
back.
Oh.
So he might just... He seems to be doing all right on the field here. As long as he's not concussed. Like, I remember once I got pancake sacked. Not fun, by the way. You're trying to buy time in the pocket. You're trying to move around. You don't see the guy coming in front of you because you're aware of the pressure that's behind you. So you start like rolling out to get away from that guy, but still trying to look downfield, and you miss the guy that's coming right at you, and they hit you at the same time. So your shoulders go in like this and basically crumple because listen, I'm not a huge guy. Everyone coming at me is like twice my size. You know, like you get crushed like that, and then one guy lands on you, and you land on like the upper part of your shoulders.
It's awful.
All the wind just gets knocked out of you, and then like,
I used to play center back when you were allowed to can the center, and they would always have massive nose tackles. Like on long snaps, it would just crush me because I had to have my head down to snap it, and it was not fun.
But the good thing is you can recover from it quickly if it is just like because you stop feeling the pain of your shoulders because you're wondering why you can't breathe.
Right.
And then when you're able to start breathing again, you're like, oh, I feel okay.
Oh, losing your breath is one of the most terrifying things there is, other than like sleep. What the heck is that thing called? Sleep paralysis, which I also have had in the past.
What's sleep paralysis?
It's like
When
when
you
you
wake
sort
up
of
and
have
you
like
can't move.
lucid dreams, but you can't move.
No, you like wake up and you can't move at all.
Oh, okay.
That seems terrifying.
It is terrifying.
So Tim, run us through your DraftKings lineup this week.
Okay, I've been doing some tinkering, but I've got a roster I like now.
Okay, let's hear it.
So is this for our contest or for your
Yes.
beloved 50-50s?
Oh no, for the double ups, I have different types of lineups.
Okay.
For our lineup, Kyle Allen, Christian McCaffrey, MG3, Mike Evans, Beckham, MVS, Olsen, AP because it is an AP week, and Dolphins defense.
It's an unappealing lineup.
Yeah, I don't love it, but I mean, Tim does all right in these.
Yeah.
Just having Christian McCaffrey, he is right. Having Christian McCaffrey. What about Dalvin Cook? No one is using Dalvin Cook.
I have to say, I was excited to see McCaffrey that expensive because I thought, okay, that will dissuade people from taking, and I will have
It's not dissuading people from taking him. Is the
There's
problem?
almost no price they could set him at that I wouldn't take him. I mean that, like 10,000. Like I don't care, put him in.
So the big running backs this week, the ones that everyone are using, McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook are the two pay up options. Just because Jalen Samuels is
He's so cheap.
He's so affordable. The projected ownership I have on Samuels right now is 41%. It's lower.
But I mean, it's also a week where Ezekiel and Barkley are on Monday night and therefore taken off the board, right?
I understand that, but like, no one's using Marlon Mack, no one's using Austin Eckler, no one's using Jamal Williams. That's probably fine. The big sneaky one, I'm surprised you didn't do this, Tim. If you're going to play the Carolina stack, why not bring it back with like Derrick Henry?
Do not trust Derrick Henry. I'm sorry, I'm still conditioned not to trust many people on the Titans. I don't like Derrick Henry either. But if there's a way to really get to the Carolina defense, it's through the run game. And if you're gonna say that game is going to be like the sneaky shootout game, wouldn't you want the guy scoring points on the other side of it too? No, I think that you make a sound case for that. I should say while we're talking about running backs, Madison is 5,000. That is such a terrible buy. Madison is going to do nothing in this game.
Yeah, but Tim, you don't seem to realize that's where they have to price them in case Dalvin Cook is somehow ruled inactive. No one is using Madison, but it's the case of, and this is what they didn't do with Samuels, and this is why Samuels is such a good buy, is that they didn't price the backup properly, that if he became the starter, then you'd have questions about it.
Well, I guess it was just that Samuels was...
He was
actually
hurt.
sort of... Well, he was hurt, but even when he was healthy, he was sort of viable in his own weird way, even if Connor was healthy. He's not like the total backup. And I mean, Madison is playing some snaps too, but...
Yeah, so he does
of a
enough
different
week
case.
to week to get his like 6 carries, and maybe he'll break one off. Yes, Paul.
What constitutes an AP week here? Because he said it's an AP week. We
Yeah,
kind of
just
just let him brush that one by.
He's alive. Every week he's alive is a great week for
AP
him.
week means double-digit plus fantasy points at this point.
Well,
That's what
you claimed it was an AP week like 2 weeks ago, and then we're like, haha, see, he scored like 7 fantasy points.
Yeah, but he went over your over-under, which was what I warned you about. I warned you about it.
That did happen strangely fast in that game. And then as soon as he got over it, he never gained another yard.
Yeah.
I think old man Frank Gore is a good play in this game, too, in terms of, like, safe. No, he's got a very low ceiling, but he's got a very high floor in this.
So you like both of the running backs that have like a game script of having to be ahead? in an 11-point spread.
Yeah, I think this game is going to be also very ugly, and both teams want to run the football. So
I think it's very much going to be ugly.
Kenny Stills back
I
in the
wonder.
game.
Kenny
Again.
Stills is back? You can't keep a good man down, Garion.
Oh, wow.
Kenny Stills. See, he's got the Stills cust to pay the bills.
I think he will not make any more catches in this game. That's my prediction.
That's a great
Great news. He only needs 2 more. Let's go. Josh Jacobs not garnering a bunch of ownership. I think that might be actually like the pivot play here because I like Lev Bell as well in this matchup against, especially he has the good narrative. They were going to trade him. He complained to ownership. Just give him all the carries he wants.
He's going.
I
to
don't even want him that much. I wish they had traded him.
What about Jamal Adams?
Jamal Adams is one of the 3 or 4 best players on the defensive side in the NFL. They would have been crazy to trade him. You can't get back the value you're trading away.
But is there any value if you're just going to win one game anyway?
He's a build-around player. Like, you don't trade away a build-around
He's a Build-A-Bear?
He's a Build-A-Bear.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So my favorite stacks of this week, I'm running 3 different types of quarterbacks through my lineups. One, and not even any expensive ones. Tim, do you want to guess who the 3 are?
Winston?
Yes.
Winston, I'm going to say Stafford.
Nope. Stafford.
He's very expensive.
Stafford, not only expensive, projected to be the highest owned
That makes
this
sense.
week, too.
Mayfield?
Nope.
Oh, come on. You should definitely get the second one. It fits right in line with your neuroses.
Fitzpatrick?
Fitzpatrick it is. Next.
Tannehill?
No, it is Phillip Rivers.
I'm glad you said that. I love Phillip Rivers this week.
$5,100, the 3rd highest projected total game of the week. No one is playing any Chargers. Like, let's go. You can bring it back with Aaron Jones?
Now I'm worried that we both like this as much as I
Well,
thought
he
I
is
might be
going
alone
to
on
just
this.
don't say he's going to retire soon, or you will catch a lot of flack.
I could see that happening. But you look at Rivers and even just the Chargers offense in general, at some point, I know they're cursed. Although they're not cursed anymore, which is important.
That's why they're going to
note.
win this week.
I also think they're going to win this week.
Now, the Packers are going to go to the Super Bowl. They're going to blow them out.
You've got a Packers defense that is not nearly as good as everyone thinks it is. They're fine, but they feasted on terrible competition to start the season. Their overall stats are coasting on those successful games from early on. And you've also got a Chargers team that still ranks nearly inside the top 5 in like yards per drive, plays per drive, time of possession per drive. Like, they're a successful offense, but they're scoring the fewest amount of points of any AFC team inside the red zone. They're just going to start scoring touchdowns at some point.
Wait. Gardner Minshew's father.
Oh, no, hold on. I just saw it too. What do you think
Okay,
Gardner
'cause-
Minshew's
'cause-
dad's name is?
This was a thing like 5 weeks ago. It's a really weird name.
It's Flint. But how
Flint,
is it not
yeah.
Gardner Minshew? Because he's Gardner Minshew
No,
the third.
No,
Gardner's
he's Gardner
middle
Minshew
name
the
is
second,
Flint.
isn't it?
It doesn't matter if he's a second, third, or fourth, isn't it? His father isn't Gardner. How is?
Yeah.
No, it's
again,
like-
this was a thing.
It's
like,
like my son's name is Murdoch Mayo the second, but my name isn't Murdoch Mayo.
that's true.
That's why he's not Junior.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad that you and I picked up on the exact same thing.
No, I just thought the name
you guys-
Flint Minshew was funny.
You might have. Well, I would say
oh, Fournette, Beeston.
you might have had a better thing to do, but I know Tim didn't. Where were you in week 3 when this was a giant thing on Thursday Night Football when they were playing Tennessee? Because this was all they were talking about. Was that the names didn't match
I probably
up?
had it on mute. I probably had it on mute and I was probably watching baseball or something.
That's fair, actually.
I do have a question. Why are you playing MVS?
I like MVS. I think the Chargers secondary is not nearly as good as some people want to make it out to be. MVS is his.
making it
No
out
one
to
has
be-
made it
yeah.
out that it's any good whatsoever.
Yeah, MVS is a big play option. I think Rodgers is going to have, again, a marvelous game. Rodgers, I think, is probably going to win MVP now. I think this is the type of game in like a, this is like the 5 o'clock game. This is like the big doubleheader. I think he shows up. I think he probably throws 3 or 4 touchdowns. MVS, I think you want a piece of him. Nobody's talking about him this week. I like him a lot. I think he scores. I think he has a big game.
I just don't feel like he plays enough anymore. And now,
Honestly,
Adams is back.
I don't know how the secondary snaps are going to work out if Adams is just back to his.
I now
normal
kind of
role.
want to tinker to try to get Rodgers in my lineup.
All right.
Here we go.
So who do you have to take out and who do you have to put in?
I gotta send either.
He might
Evans
end
or-
up on Jalen Samuels somehow.
I may have to. No. I have to send either Evans or Beckham to the bench to get enough money for it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll send Evans. That's too expensive. So let's plug Rodgers in here. Now, what do we got left to play with here? $5,500.
Oh, perfect price for
Robbie Anderson. Yeah.
Now, Crowder is the jet you want this week if you want a jet.
That's interesting. Why Crowder?
I think it's going to be a ton of little dump passes. They're going to try to get Sam's confidence up. It's going to be a lot of the short, 6-7 yard passes. Anderson may hit a big one, but he and Crowder seem to have a rapport when you watch them play. He seems like Crowder's the guy he looks for first.
I was going to say last week it seemed like he just looked for DT more often than not.
Let's go for
Potentially
Crowder.
So
All right, let's update our entry.
game stacks with the Winston game stack is tough because all the Seahawks are super expensive. So I didn't really know who to bring it back with, but I started thinking, do I need to bring it back? I would like to.
Yeah.
But if you use Jameis, who do you pair him up with? If you only have one person to pair him up with.
Godwin.
I went Godwin as well.
I would go Evans just because he's cheaper and he's just as good and he's cheaper. And if you think you can predict who's going to hit that week, you can't. So
I think you just play one of them and then you
so why not save the $100?
Because I'd rather play Godwin because he's
It's
been better.
also $100.
I guess I approach it from a more of a plus EV then. Where I'd save the $100 and use it somewhere else. But that's me.
You just talked about taking Evans out of your lineup.
Well, yeah, because I wanted to get Rodgers in there. Because as I was describing, I was like, why don't I have Rodgers in here? He's going to have a huge game.
Because you had Kyle Allen in.
Yeah, well, now I've changed my opinion.
Remember, everyone out there, smash the like button for this thrilling episode.
Yes, smash the like button or we're going to switch over to the TikTok.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It's going to be like a 30-second show. If you guys don't smash the like button, we're just going to do a 30-second show on Sundays, and that's all it'll be.
You should just do TikToks
Yeah,
and
please
just your
do.
everyday life. I will follow you on TikTok if you just
I
post
almost
like
tried if I could download one, I almost did because there's this new chicken parmesan sandwich from Burger King, and I was going to give like a 10-second review of, but I didn't.
Oh, see, now you're just jealous of Sealy.
No, I was thinking about doing TV dinner reviews.
No, I talked to Sealy about this before we went on. We had 3 power outages during the Sealy show this week. It was not great. Apparently, the person on the other side of the wall, if they plug anything into an outlet and turn it on, it
off
blows
everything?
the entire
Jeez.
studio. They turned on a kettle and everything just went dark. But he said he'd be okay with Tim also getting in on the reviews. I was like, well, it'll be like your reviews, but sadder.
I'm just curious. So, Tim, you gave me flack a couple weeks ago. Or no, wait.
I know.
No, wait. You were.
No, wait!
You were on my side about the. Are you pro or anti Wendy's chicken sandwich? I can't remember.
I'm anti-spicy chicken sandwiches. It's not good anymore.
Okay. No,
You were on my side.
I'm on your side for this. That's right.
Feinberg's in the chat. Oh, God.
Feinberg has entered the chat.
Mike Williams, Marvin Jones, Jarvis Landry, or DJ Moore is his question. Jeff gets preferential treatment because he's also trying to text me, I think. Who would you go with?
Only one?
DJ
Only
Moore.
one. I play DJ Moore as well.
Yeah. And
Did Tim answer?
Yeah, he did.
I said DJ Moore.
Oh, okay. Good news. You want to talk about some spreads?
Sure.
Sure.
So, here's what I've noticed for the week. 'Cause I actually I've made a few parlays, but I haven't actually made any single bets yet. I had the Colts as my super lock. I'd probably back off that now, only because there's one game that really sticks out to me. It's actually Jeff's super lock this week. He locked in the Buccaneers +6. So, all of the money this week is on the Seahawks. But guess who the line moved towards, Garion?
I'm going to say the Buccaneers.
It did. It dropped from 6 to 5, yet 84% of tickets are on the Seahawks, and 90% of the money is on the Seahawks. The other one, which also has just remained the same despite an overwhelming amount of money on one side, Packers and Chargers. Everyone's on the Packers. Line has refused to move.
I love it.
I really
love
like the Chargers.
+4.
The Patriots are still my favorite play of the week. I think that you're going to get so few opportunities to lay this few points with them that you should line up and take it.
I would say a similar thing about the Jets -3.
Jets, that's like a really even money game. Like people really like the Dolphins here.
It
I like the
boggles-
Jets.
It boggles me every week.
Well, because as bad as the Dolphins have been, the Jets have been like hilariously awful,
That's
and they're
fine. But one of these two teams is trying to lose. And if there's a game that Adam Gase does not want to lose for a myriad of reasons, it is this week. He might get fired before they get back to New York if he loses this
your
game.
lips to God's ears.
I mean, I hope he doesn't. I hope you're cursed with Adam Gase for another 2.5 years.
What if they bring on Brian Kelly, Smelly Kelly?
Yeah, well, I thought his job was up for grabs last night until Book showed a real professional drive there. I'm ready to move on from
Good
Brian
for
Kelly.
Ian,
too.
bud.
He's such a
I'm
good
really- I
coach.
am
It
ready.
took one drive to save his job.
Job saved.
Well, it saved the season. I mean, 3 losses is unacceptable at South Bend. 2 losses is bad, but 3 losses is like, this is not some middle of the road team. This is the University of College Football. You don't lose 3 games here.
You make me hate being a Notre Dame fan. I hope you know that.
Whatever.
I feel like Paul probably feels the same way.
Yeah,
know what?
the 3 of you are all Notre Dame fans.
So Sealy.
You know why we play outdoors? So God can look down on Saturday and see his team.
Yeah. That Cowboys
I
thing
would
is
actually
so-
say this season is going better than the previous seasons because at least you won't make the playoffs and get embarrassed off the field on national TV.
So it's the Dolphins
Well,
philosophy where they're not going to make the playoffs and lose by 24. So this
Yeah.
is why this
Yeah,
is
but
a
then
success.
Clemson went ahead and blew out Alabama by like 40 points. So I don't feel nearly as bad about that now.
You don't feel bad about getting wrecked in the playoffs?
No,
A
'cause
team-
in Alabama also
a
got
team
wrecked.
that didn't deserve to be there to begin with because they.
I think the point was everybody was going to get wrecked in that game.
I guess you're just lucky they didn't play Alabama and get wrecked by them again.
Yeah, whatever.
So the spreads, I like those two a lot. The Redskins plus 11, I find very intriguing too.
No, you can't bet on Haskins. I'm sorry. Until he does something to prove that
I
he's
don't-
worth it.
I
This
don't
falls
like
under
it.
Pat's. He can't take the Bills. What is it? 3 points?
3 points.
3 points. Okay.
I respect that, but then you don't. But that doesn't mean you need to take Washington either.
I just
Washington has covered 2 games in a row.
they have
Because all they do is they play like OKD. The Bills are just going to want to run the entire
you know
time.
what? If any team is going to
it's
settle
an
for a bunch
AP
of
week.
field goals like San Francisco did last week, it is definitely the Bills. What is Stephen Hauschka's
I was
point
just
total?
thinking that. What is Hauschka's over under here?
House money.
I hope it's 7.5 again.
Hausch money? Player props on Hausch money is total kicking points. Hauschka 6.5.
Oh, easy.
We're getting in on him.
Easy over.
Getting in on the Hausch.
No, I don't agree. Buffalo could blank Washington. Like that's definitely a live option.
How does that hurt Stephen
Hauschka?
Hauschka?
7 points.
House
Like, I
the
could see
Bills
this game-
kicker, Tim.
That's the Bills kicker, Tim.
Yeah, I know. I can see this game being like 14-0, and then not even kicking a field goal.
Unless it's 4 field goals and a safety.
Oh, very much in play in this game.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
11 just seems like a lot.
It is a lot, but if it were Keenum, I would be jumping at playing Washington. But it is Haskins until I see him play even semi-competently. 11 points is just not enough in Orchard Park, I don't think.
Let's see. Washington per DVOA is 29th this year, Tim. Do you know what the Bills are?
Like 15th?
21st.
Yeah, I can see it. Buffalo and Indianapolis are 2 very big overachievers.
Kenny Stills made a catch.
Kenny Stills, another catch?
3.
The good people in chat are keeping you up to date.
Gonna start paying your bills.
I need some
Thank
Bills
God
after
this is the
last week.
London game, by the way. Thank goodness.
Banned. He
what's
hates
wrong with
London
having an
games. The
early
game's
game?
going. This is great. We have football. We're talking about football, and football's on.
And there's a outside of the U.S. foreign game next week too, but or no, 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks. from now.
Chargers Chiefs in Mexico City.
Is it actually gonna happen this time?
Who knows?
Maybe there'll be that laser pointer again that screwed you out of fantasy
Oh,
football.
I forgot about that. The DeAndre Hopkins touchdown.
Oh,
that
yeah.
didn't count. Oh, it was against him too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the only reason he remembers it.
That was glorious. Worse than the time that the Seattle defense gave up that safety in the last game of the regular season.
It was a
and you lost.
touchdown. It was a
It
touchdown.
was a touchdown. Was it?
It was a touchdown. And that's how I got knocked out of the playoffs. Throw it to Kenny Stills. He's wide open. Fuck you, Deshaun. Just running around like a maniac. Although it is.
Language.
Well, to be fair, he only's got one eye left.
That's true. He's not wearing his visor right now. Duke Johnson's having a game here.
You guys like Deshaun Hamilton this week? I kind
No.
of do.
No.
I don't know. His no catch
sucks.
performance last week was so inspiring that
I know, but it's a different quarterback. Different quarterback.
look. I like Royce Freeman's carries prop is 11.5, which I think is low.
I bet on Royce Freeman last week. He was a fucking disaster.
I don't need him if he rushes 12 times for 8 yards. I don't care as long as he rushes 12 times. I think you're going to see a situation with the Broncos, especially considering how bad Cleveland's run defense is. They're just going to run the ball 35 times.
Kenny Stills is the fucking Terminator.
Cleveland does
He's
nothing.
T1000. He just
Remember when
morphs
you
back in.
Remember when you laughed at me uproariously for betting the Browns wouldn't finish in the top 2 of their division?
They're still second. They're still
Yeah.
second in the division.
It's a bad division.
No, they are not. The
Oh,
Steelers
yeah,
are
the
3.
Steelers have 3 wins, yeah.
So did the Browns, don't they?
I think they're 2.
No, the Browns have
5.
2 wins.
No,
And one of those is an asterisk because it was against Luke.
But the Browns have 2 games left against the Steelers, so
Yeah.
this is very unsettled.
You gave, what was it, 3-1 odds
Oh, that's
I
ridiculous.
feel pretty good about it.
He gave
The
3 to
Browns
1
are
odds
really-
the Browns wouldn't finish top 2 in the division.
Tim, they have 8 games left, and it's the easy part of their schedule. You're
really
trying to take a
is.
victory
Yeah, but when you're a
lap.
bad team, there are no easy games.
But like the
You're
rest
gonna
of
lose
the
to the
division, the rest of the division's struggling too.
They're going to lose to the Bengals.
You think they're going to lose to the Bengals? Can we make that bet right now?
I don't know what week it is in, but I do think it's going to happen. Yes.
It's got to be coming up soon. Just remind me that we're making
if it's
that
week
bet.
17, I would beg off that if it's week 17.
Well, they play twice, I think.
Here, I'll find out.
Yeah, but if
Paul, can I have a coffee too, please? Yes. Thank you. All right, props. Let's draft some props. I asked all you guys to come up with some props.
I got props.
So my 3 favorite ones, and we'll put together a big parlay here. So my 3 big props this week: Jalen Samuels over 3.5 catches, Robbie Anderson over 46.5 yards, Anthony Miller once again this week, the only one I won last week, going back again plus money over 2.5 catches against the Eagles. The 2 parlay boosters that I have on. So that parlay pays plus 525, and I played those as solos. I added 2 onto those to play a new parlay that's 22 to 1. Jonnu Smith over 2.5 catches. Darren Waller, hardly newer, over 5.5 catches. So what can we add to these to make a super parlay?
Well, unfortunately, my number 1 prop was Jonnu Smith over 2.5 receptions.
Okay.
But I mentioned one of my other ones, Royce Freeman over 11.5 carries. It's minus 155. Sorry, 115. And Phillip Rivers over 289.5 passing yards.
Say that one again, Rivers?
Rivers over 289.5 passing yards.
289.5 passing yards.
Rivers has 5 300-yard games so far this season.
Yeah, he's good.
He's just been good.
Yeah.
That team's bad. But he's been
Okay,
good.
you're just playing to the chat now.
Jeff might not be here anymore. We answered his question.
So, Tim, what are your props?
My favorite props of the week are Foster Moreau over 18.5 receiving yards.
Oh
If there
my
was
God.
ever a game for Insta Raiders, this is it. I love it. I like Alexander Madison under 36.5 rushing yards. I don't think he even comes close to approximating that. And
Under what? Sorry?
36.5 rushing yards.
rushing yards. I don't think.
Against the league's worst run defense?
Yeah, I just don't
Gets
think
about
he gets
9
there.
carries a game.
Is Tim gonna
what I
low
mean,
key
like, I
kill
think-
Dalvin Cook today? That's what
I mean,
it
I think-
sounds like.
Dalvin Cook is setting up to be very cursed.
I think Cook actually plays really well, but I think the Chiefs still win the game close.
So you like Moreau over 18.5?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I like the over a 4.5 sacks in the Jets-Dolphins game. You're getting plus 150 on that one. Neither of those teams can pass protect.
Over 4.5 sacks, Miami
And the Jets.
New York Jets.
So that an 8-leg parlay?
I'm going to throw on Hausch money.
Oh, yep.
Ouch. Money.
Hauschka. That's not how you spell that.
No,
Whatever.
there's no way. You are not going to be able to spell it correctly on your own. There's just no way.
Well, you tell me. You don't look it up. You spell Hauschka for me, please.
I believe Hauschka is Hauschka.
Sounds right to me.
Chka. Well, it's not giving me a misspelling, so
That almost seems like a bad thing.
let's see. That is
H-A-U-S.
if you look up if you look that up in Google, it brings you to someone called Volker Bertelmann,
Yeah. why
a
wouldn't
German pianist.
it? Sure.
That is how you spell Stephen Hauschka. Very good, Tim.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, yes, Paul, do you have a prop you like?
I mean, this is probably Johnny Public 2000, but Jalen Samuels anytime touchdown plus 120.
Really?
Yeah.
I still like the over and the catches better. So the thing is, on the site that I'm using, that you can only parlay the props if
prop
they're
per
from
game.
different games.
Yep. I
So
was gonna ask
that
about
is the
that.
big thing with this. So let's fill this out right now and see how this goes. It's just thrilling stuff here. So from the Bears-Eagles game, the prop that we're taking, at least from my end, is going to be Anthony Miller over receptions.
Okay.
I'm on the wrong game. I'm on.
I would take. I don't know what Ertz is. I should look this up. But I think Ertz should be half decent in this spot.
the
I think I would
sports.
probably take him on Ronnie.
Here's the question: Deshaun Jackson is back this week. Any love for Deshaun?
Not against this team. No.
Yeah, I'm pretty underwhelmed.
I can.
I mean,
you
he
could
can
justify
obviously do
against-
it.
Yeah. Yeah, they play the Giants in a couple of weeks. Like, there's a good spot for him, but I don't think against the Bears.
Oh, here's an interesting. Like the Anthony Miller one's plus 100. David Montgomery. What do you think his over/under for receptions is?
1.5.
It is 1.5.
Yeah, that's about right.
How did you know that?
He just usually catches about 2 passes a game.
Yeah,
man.
Garion was the great Karnak in a previous life.
Darren Fells scored another touchdown.
Yeah, he just did a nice little play, actually. It should have been a touchdown for Hopkins on the play before, a running route.
It's been a strange, like,
Tight end year?
yeah,
Yeah, it's
just
not great.
a lot of tight ends.
What did you
That was a
say?
beautiful design play for Fells.
You said rushing yards. Do you want to up that to rushing and receiving yards?
Which one's that?
With Madison, Tim? It's
Oh.
40 and a half is rushing.
I don't think he comes close to approximating that. I really don't.
God. I'm going to play this 2 ways. I'm going to play it one with Tim's props on it and one without Tim's
I
props
agree.
on it.
Oh goodness.
Is this, tell me, I'm behind you by about 20 seconds watching this game. Does that mean
I
it's
thought the
like
Jags were gonna
blocked?
take the- yeah, I thought, and it looked like the Jags were going to take it back for 2, but they got tackled out of bounds.
All right, so we have those. So Samuels, Miller, Alexander, Madison. What did we say? Jets, Dolphins, over in sacks.
Yeah.
You like that one too, didn't you?
I
Gary?
don't hate that one, yeah.
And you're getting the plus money on it, right?
Yeah,
That's-
plus 150.
How could you lose?
Yeah, exactly. And then the next game is Tennessee and Carolina. That one we had Jonnu Smith, right?
Yeah.
Jonnu Vision.
What are McCaffrey's over-unders these days?
It's like
That's outrageous.
it's 5.5 catches.
That's
He's only
fair.
done it. He's only done that twice this year.
Yeah, that's a fair line, but there's no value on it.
That's a lot of.
Yeah.
So we have that one. Bills and Redskins. We're going with House Money.
House money.
House Money. Get him in there. Kicking points. Pull over 6.5. You can start loading your questions into the chat right now. We're going to get to them at. Apparently the Fells first TD paid 16 to 1. It's a good bet. Whoever made that. Lions Raiders. What did we go with here? Foster Moreau.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't hate that one. I don't like that one.
No, this is a game with 2 really, really, really crazy teams that do crazy things. And so Insta Raiders will be all over this game.
So what you're saying
As
is
will
these are
some guy
two
on the line.
wild and crazy guys?
Did we talk at all
Like,
about? Should we
like
play
me-
Hawkinson?
Yeah.
No, McKissick. I could see McKissick scoring in this game. This is a perfect spot for him to score, and nobody has him, and it's useless.
Look, Hawkinson always just has the red zone thing going for him. He's got like a 30% team share of the targets in the red zone.
What did you say? You said rushing attempts
For Royce,
Yeah.
11.5.
over 11.5. Okay,
That's a lot of rushing attempts. My goodness.
that's a lot of rushing attempts. Royce Freeman over 11.5 rushing attempts. Well, this is really shaping up here. You said you like Rivers in the over
Yeah.
yardage.
Yes, over passing
Yardage, Rivers over
He's
289.
going to throw like 199 or 200 in the first half, and then he's going to lose for Gary.
I think that's everything, isn't it? Do we get everything in there? Madison sacks. All right, so the official parlay is Jalen Samuels, Anthony Miller, Alexander Madison, total sacks in the Jets and Miami game, Jonnu Smith, House Money, Foster Moreau, Royce Freeman, and Phillip Rivers. Garion, would you like to know what this pays?
Can I guess? I'm going
He
to
is
say...
asking you to guess.
No, he said, would I like to know? He didn't say if I could guess. I'm going to say it pays 140 to 1.
Pays 304 to 1.
Amazing.
Can't see how this loses.
Did you see how this loses, Tim?
No.
I think this is a guaranteed loser, and you have no chance.
See, and this is what we like to hear. So now what if we just take out Tim's suggestions from it? We'll take out Foster Moreau, Madison, and the over in those sacks. Still pays 34 to 1. I'm gonna bite on that one too.
I'm bringing 10 times the value to this parlay. That's what I think.
That is true. So Super 7, my Super 7 for the week. Garion, you ready for this? Are we ready for a 7-0 week against the spread?
Sure.
Although Jacksonville's not looking good right now. So
It's a 3-0 game.
didn't they score a
Or a
touchdown?
9-0 game. Sorry, it's a 9-0 game.
Yeah,
Sorry.
9-0 game. Just score a touchdown and a field goal, and all of a sudden you're winning. Good news. So I have Carolina minus 3.5, the Jets minus 3, Chicago plus 4.5, Indy minus 1, Cleveland minus 3, and Tampa Bay plus 6. I am going to adjust that because I do not have the Chargers in there for whatever reason. Who should I take out, do you think? Panthers? Panthers
I
real.
would.
Yeah.
Panthers real.
I have the
risky.
Panthers this week.
Well, there's your answer right there.
I have Panthers, Texans, Raiders, Packers, Steelers.
Oh, my picks cannot be updated? Oh, no.
No, because the
yeah.
10:30 game kicked off.
I thought you could only not change that one.
No,
No, I think-
if you use that game, your pick's locked
That's
at
devastating.
9:30. I actually forgot to do it, so I just put my picks in.
You just
now.
put your picks in now? Smart.
I mean, on there, super locking the Vikings plus 2.5 is obviously just the move.
I wanted to stay away from that. That should be the last one that we talk about.
I've been super locking the Packers every week because they cover just about every week, if not every week.
But
except
you're
for,
getting
the
like
one-
6 points of line value basically on where they
get
have
it.
the line set versus where it is.
No, I
now.
get it. I
If
totally get it.
if you're behind in a spread pick and pool or even the Super 7, I think taking the Chiefs plus would be what was it minus 2.5, Paul, for the Chiefs?
Yeah, Chiefs are favored 2.5 in that Super 7. Yeah.
I think you just take Kansas City and hope that they cover, and then it's basically like getting 2 games on the field.
Yeah.
I'm a
I
coward,
don't
so
think it's
did the
I don't think it's
opposite.
so obvious that Minnesota covers the minus 2.5. It's not like one
No,
of
I
those
don't. I think
situations.
Minnesota's going to win.
Minnesota's getting 2.5 points in that Super 7 contest.
Yeah, I think the
bro.
Chiefs win that
That's the
game.
thing.
I think Dalvin Cook goes crazy.
Who's a big play from Raquel Armstead? All right, I'll say goodbye to the audio listeners. Thrilling last 10 minutes of this show. I just want to see if I can win some money here. Which means
Isn't that the point of the show?
always rate and review the Pat Mayo Experience. And if you do that, and you rate 5 stars, and you leave your DraftKings handle, and you say something nice about the show, you too will be in a draw for $20 DK. And once again, we'll be live Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, recapping all the games, going over the waiver wire, previewing Monday night, maybe some Thursday night, maybe some more props, more losing props. Always a good time. So to the audio listeners out there, see you next time. Rules of the chat. Garion.
Okay. Please do not answer people's questions in the chat. You will be banned for life. If you ask a question with only last names, we will assume it is the worst version of that player. Do not ask questions about Mark Ingram. You will be banned for life. What else do we got here?
No questions about pickups.
Oh, yeah. No pickup questions, no trade questions. Those are for the waiver wire show on Monday. I believe Tim.
If you just leave a last name, we assume it's the worst player
Yeah,
in the...
I got that one.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Don't
Didn't
ask
we- didn't
questions
we
with more than
take-
5 players.
No, you can, but only Pat will answer those.
Yeah.
So if anything, if you want the educated,
Don't spam the chat.
Yeah, just don't spam.
yeah,
the
don't
chat.
spam the chat. But I'm trying to remember. Didn't we take bans away from Tim?
Last
At the
week,
end of
yeah.
last
So I
week?
was going to give him 4 this week, but he had 2 taken away from last week, so he only gets 2 bans.
And Paul still gets a ban?
Paul gets a ban whenever he wants.
Okay.
Yeah. Paul does enough work on this show that he definitely is worthy of a lot of bans. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike Maltz asks, Hawkinson or Witten, half point. I'll go Hawkinson.
Hawkinson.
If Mahomes plays, Mahomes is not playing, so stupid question. Sit 1, Eckler, Carson, Samuel. Sit Eckler.
Sid Eckler.
I agree.
Mark Walton or D. Slayton? I'll take Mark Walton.
I will also take Walton.
Yeah, sure. In that case, I would too.
Eckler and Gordon. Oh, this guy's answering people's questions. You're banned for life. Fucking idiot. Did McCaffrey and Jonnu or the chat fucking skipped on me? Too many questions. Not enough likes, by the way. 161 likes.
We better get to 200 in the next few minutes.
Yeah, or we're just gonna cancel the show.
Yeah, we'll just stop. We'll go to the TikTok.
Based on that like number, I just assume that people just hate the show and want us to end it.
I agree. That's what
It's
I
sad.
gathered from it. Diggs or Tyrell Williams? I'll play Diggs.
I will also play Diggs.
Diggs is becoming the player we hoped he would be.
Well, I mean, now that Thielen's back, we'll see how that works.
He was good before. He was good before Thielen came back.
No,
and
he
was
wasn't.
good.
He was not.
Yes,
good.
he was.
was
He had
good the-
45.
He had,
last
he had one good game with him, and he's had one good game with
I need
Thielen
Diggs
not
to be
hurt.
good this week.
We know.
Let's see.
Poor
This
Gary.
guy- these people are just.
He's on his last nerve.
These people are just filling up the chat with absolute nonsense.
Ban them.
I am banning them. That's why I'm.
You only banned them so fast.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh my God.
How did we lose to this team?
All right. Ready? Once again? We're back in. I had to ban like 18 people in a row.
Nice.
McCaffrey and Jonnu or Chubb and Waller? I like Chubb and Waller, actually.
So do I. It's crazy I'm saying that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite wide receiver under $4,800? I like Jarvis Landry. Devontae Parker, also a good play, I think.
Yeah. You can talk me into Parker.
But you like Williams more, don't you?
Yeah, but he's more expensive, isn't he?
No. Parker's like $100 more expensive.
Oh, yeah, okay, then take Preston.
Tim, would you play Wentz or Josh Allen? I'd play Josh Allen.
I would play Wentz.
I just play Josh Allen.
Start Dak Prescott or Sam Darnold? I'll take Dak
I
Prescott.
will take Dak as well.
I'm
It's
going
not
to
even
take
like it's a
Sam.
bad matchup for Dak.
No, I'm going
It's
to
a
take
great
Sam.
matchup for
Yeah.
The Jets are going to lose this game, but you're going to take Darnold in a game where
Okay.
you said that no
That's
points are going to be
It's also
scored.
going to be hit the under, yeah.
I'm taking Sam.
Would you like to bet that?
No. I got enough on the line in this game emotionally.
Okay. Ty Johnson or Sony Michel? Take Sony.
Yeah,
Sony Michel.
Sony.
I think that's very close, though.
Yeah. The Ravens' run defense isn't great, though.
Stick with Ertz or go with Jonnu Smith? Probably got to
Ertz.
stick with Ertz.
Sticking with Ertz, but it's closer than it should be.
Mark Walton or Sterling Shepard?
Sterling. I think you have a good game tomorrow.
I'm going to take Walton.
I'm going to take Sterling.
I'm increasingly convinced the Giants may win outright tomorrow. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but I kind of think it's going to happen.
Adrian Peterson or Ty Johnson?
AP.
I'm going to take AP. You can run up the gut against the Bills. Bills defense, sneaky, not good anymore.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to them.
I just feel like the point expectation in that game is super low for the Redskins.
Hyde or Philip Lindsay?
Hyde.
Wait,
Yeah, wait. What?
Hyde's playing right now,
Yeah,
isn't
well,
he?
I hope you made your choice. Yeah.
Strange question. Eckler, Melvin Gordon, or Walton? I'll take Eckler. Oh, I need two.
There I would
Play the
yeah.
play the two Chargers.
I'd play the two Chargers.
Yeah.
Pick two. Sammy Watkins, Cortland Sutton, Devin Singletary, or Sony Michel. Watkins and
Sutton and Michelle.
Watkins and Sutton.
Take Michelle and Sutton.
Lamar
good.
Jackson or Aaron Rodgers?
Rogers.
Take Rodgers.
Yeah.
Demarius Thomas or Ty Johnson? I'll take Ty Johnson in that one.
Yeah, agreed.
Yep. Tie.
Pick two. Robbie Anderson, DK Metcalf, Philip Dorsett, Deontay Johnson.
Play the first two.
I'd play the first two as well.
Yeah, agreed.
Opinion on these aren't like opinion time, pal. Fuck off.
And him.
It's not enough to get a ban. Who should I start in tonight's game? James White or that's a Mark Ingram question, banned for life.
Nice.
Idiot. Just because you don't say his name, but you're asking a question about Mark Ingram.
What did he say?
He said the player who shall not be named.
Oh, no.
But I know who you're talking about, so you get fucking banned for life. Fuck you, Edward. Get a life. Mac, Samuels, or Beckham start two. I take Mac and Samuels.
Mack and Beckham.
No, running backs.
Yeah. You would have Samuels ranked third among those guys?
I'm not. I've seen Jalen Samuel play. I don't think he's that good.
Set an over-under on fantasy points for Jalen Samuels so I can bet the over against you. You set the line, though.
15 and a half.
All right, I will take the over on that. Would you like to bet that?
No.
You set the line.
I agree, but I don't want to.
So you don't think that's true?
I do think it's true. I just don't want to bet. I don't have to bet everything to believe something. That's silly.
You're
No,
such a
you're not-
coward. You're
you're
such a
not gonna-
coward.
You're not going to intimidate me.
So you're going to you throw your money away playing the worst possible gambling system in the world, yet you won't take a straight up bet with me with no vig on a line that you set.
That is the circumstances.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, I guess so. Gore or James White, PPR? I'll take White.
Goal, or it's white. Sorry, it's always white.
White. Yeah.
Thielen or Amendola? I'll take Thielen.
Feeling, but I don't expect much out of him today.
I don't expect much from Danny Amendola.
Yeah.
He had a great matchup last week. I think that was most of what happened.
DJ Moore or Devin Singletary? I'll take DJ Moore.
I agree.
Agreed.
I worry about Singletary in this game. Everyone really likes Singletary, but because he played so many snaps last week. But if you think the Bills live up to being an 11-point favorite, you're not going to see a bunch of Singletary.
Yeah, it's a gore game. We saw the only two games he's played any amount of snaps the Bills have lost.
Yes.
So
And they were behind in those games.
Yeah.
The only two games they've been behind basically the entire time. Yeah. And he played a bunch when they got down to Cincinnati in the
Yeah.
game that they came back in.
Yeah.
Like I think that he's good, but I just don't know if the usage is going to be there. Cortland Sutton or Robbie Anderson? I'll take Robbie Anderson.
I will also take Robbie Anderson.
Sutton.
DJ Moore or Eckler? I'll take Eckler.
More.
Cole Beasley or Danny Amendola? I'll take the Bees.
I'll take Amendola.
Beasley.
DK cash games, Tim's specialty. Waller and Zach Pascal or Jack Doyle and Godwin. I would take neither of those sides.
Yeah, but if I'm obliged, I'll take the first one.
you can figure out a better lineup here. Like, instead of Jack Doyle and Godwin, I think you could go down to like Allen Robinson and Jonnu Smith.
I was going to say, Jonnu is serious cash game consideration.
Yeah. If that's what you want to do with the position.
Sure.
Clearly, you want to pay up, pay down, but half point PPR. James White, Jamal Williams, Marvin Jones. Take James White.
Yes, James White.
PPR, choose one. Danny Amendola, Philip Dorsett, or Jarvis Landry. Jarvis. This guy says you passed 200 likes. Yeah, we're at 221. It's definitely not enough.
Oh, no. We should be at 250 now, minimum.
I was going to say we should be at 400 right now. We don't get to 400 likes in the next 5 minutes. I'm ending the show in 5 minutes. Golden Tate or Corey Davis? Golden Tate.
I agree.
I am so glad everyone got their comeuppance playing Corey Davis last week. Nothing made me happier.
There's no player on the Titans you can trust. That's just a warning.
Except Jonnu Smith.
I don't even think you can trust Jonnu Smith.
Jonnu!
The second you trust a single Titan, you have made a terrible mistake. You can play them, but don't you ever trust them.
Wentz or Winston? I'll take Winston.
I agree.
I, too, will take Winston.
Waller or Hunter Henry? Waller. Cortland Sutton, Devontae Parker, or Preston Williams? I want to say Sutton, but I'll say Parker.
I'm going to say Preston Williams.
Oh, wow. Three-way bet.
I just think the Broncos are, if left to their own devices, they're going to try to not throw the ball in this game.
Gore or Peterson, half point. Take.
I'm going to take Peterson, but I like them. I think they're both reasonable.
I think Peterson's a lock to get more usage.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters if they're down by 400
No, they've showed their
points.
hand. All they want to do is make the games end quickly.
Jordan Howard or Devin Singletary as low-owned RB on DK? I would actually say Jordan Howard is the answer.
I kind of like Jordan Howard this week.
I don't love Jordan Howard, but
if
Miles
you look at
Sanders is the running back I'd want there.
the Bears, this is a revenge game, which we cannot be overlooked.
double revenge game. Alshon, too.
It's true.
Also,
2,
Trey Burton revenge game.
the Bears defense.
Also, Alshon Jeffrey.
I just said that.
The Bears defense the last 3 weeks has given up 2 100-yard rushers and 6 rushing touchdowns. You said the Bills are like the sneaky team that everyone thinks has a good defense against the run. The Bears are also one of those teams.
Mark Walton or Danny Amendola? I'll take
Walton.
AP or Robbie Anderson? Take Robbie.
Robbie.
But Golden Tate or Zach Pascal? I'll take Tate.
How much do you think Tate is affected by Shepard coming back?
Not a ton. It's Slayton who's affected, I would think.
His volume wasn't really that high anyway, though.
Yeah, but he was getting those shots downfield. I think those go to Sterling Shepard now. I worry about Sterling Shepard playing unless they play, they can't play everyone out of the slot is the problem.
I don't know. Think about the offensive revolution that would be.
Hollywood Brown, Jamal Williams, Zach Pascal, or drop one and start Ty Johnson. I just play Hollywood Brown.
Yeah,
I know it sucks.
High upside, though.
If you want the highest floor of all those guys, shockingly, it's probably Jamal Williams.
Yeah, he's going to touch the ball 12 times.
Yeah.
I mean, and also, if Aaron Jones just doesn't have a good first drive, that's a Jamal Williams game.
Marvin Jones or Danny Amendola? Well, there's a lot of Danny Amendola questions.
He had a good week last week.
That's fine. He had a good week last week.
That's what I'm saying, but that's the only reason why people are in.
Marv had a good week 2 weeks before that.
It's true.
I'll take Marvin.
Which means, if this is a pattern, Marv.
Well, here's the thing. Marvin is more apt probably to score 0 points, but he's also more apt to score a touchdown.
Again, though, Amendola's matchup last week was a fantastic matchup. It was one of the defenses that has given up the most points to slot receivers. He is not in that matchup this week.
Tim, TB12, the GOAT, or famous Jameis? It's Jameis.
Oh, I'm taking Brady, no question.
Jameis.
I'll take Jameis. Jameis is so good at fantasy.
He is.
I know.
For being like the world's worst quarterback. Scorin McLaurin, Jarvis Landry, or Danny Amendola? I'll take Landry.
I'll take McLaurin.
That's a bad matchup.
I know, but he's like my DJ Chark in the NFC. When he's available, I like to play him.
Listen, I think that he's a very good player, but you just railed against how Haskins sucks.
He does, but McLaurin nevertheless seems to emerge from there, notwithstanding.
Ty Johnson or Adrian Peterson?
Ty.
AP.
I'll take AP. I have them back-to-back in the rankings. Dak or Josh Allen? I'll play Dak.
Josh Allen.
Man, you hate Dak this week. You play Josh
I
Allen
don't like
Darnold?
Dallas. I don't like Dallas a lot this week. I really think the Giants are going to win.
Yeah, but if the Giants win that game, it's going to be 35-34. I don't think the Giants are winning a low-scoring game.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
There's Danny out here.
Throw it to Kenny Stills. I dare you. That's not Kenny Stills.
You have a whole second half. Stop being greedy.
I want you. You clearly don't bet props enough.
You have a whole second half. Don't be greedy.
That's fine. I just wanted to get over so I win.
We'll give him a ring when Foster Moreau gets tackled after 17 yards.
Yeah.
See how he feels.
It was like
Good
it was
thing
like
come
the
to
Rob.
those.
Yeah, we tried that with Robbie Anderson last week. 35 yards on the first drive. What does he not get? The over.
All good things to those who wait.
Jalen Samuels or Mark Walton? Jalen Samuels.
Jalen.
Yeah, Samuels.
Stafford or Allen? Stafford.
Stafford.
Millie Maker, Carr or Wentz? Probably play Carr.
Wentz.
Carr. Yeah.
Yeah, Carr's cheaper and has the better.
Yeah,
matchup.
no, I'm changing my mind. I'm with Carr.
And Foster Moreau's going to receive
At
for
least
350
at least
yards.
19 yards right there.
Robbie Anderson or Curtis Samuel? Robbie Anderson.
Robbie.
Curtis Samuel.
Do you worry about Curtis Samuel? Because I do. Like, Didi's already been, obviously he's not playing, but he has basically the same sort of thing, the shoulder problem, but he also had the neck to go along with it. I just worry that Curtis Samuel gets hit once and he's done.
Yeah.
So,
And look, his floor wasn't exactly high to begin with.
Yeah.
So
Odell Beckham, Cortland Sutton, Golden Tate, Jamison Crowder. Start two. Beckham and Sutton.
Beckham and Crowder.
You play Crowder over Tate and Sutton?
he said
Oh,
he
no,
loved
no,
Crowder
Tate.
this week.
No, it's Beckham
You know what?
and Tate.
I'm going
No,
to change to Beckham and Tate.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Beckham.
Tate's just safer. Amendola or Crowder? I'll take Crowder.
Crowder.
Ertz or Hawkinson? I'll go Ertz.
Ertz.
Man, Ertz sucks.
It's not good.
Did they get those likes up?
Oh, yeah, we're only at 260 likes. I guess we have to end the show. All right. That was fun.
Well, you know.
I'll give them a minute to get us to 300. I might be
Get
on
those likes up, people.
I might be on delay here.
True.
See, you tune into the show and see how many likes there are. 'Cause then that's like a quick refresh. But we have a minute to get to, the 400 likes. This is just horrendous, to tell you the truth. Mark Andrews or David Montgomery? Take Mark Andrews.
Ugh, Montgomery. I don't like it.
Michelle or Mark Andrews? Mark Andrews.
Michelle.
Gabriel or Robbie Anderson?
No, we only have 268 likes.
268 likes. All right.
I'm taking the sledgehammer.
Yeah, I'll get 2 minutes to get those up. But, if not, we're just going to end early. Fuck all of you. Can't even like the show. You're clearly watching the show. I see the number of people watching. Can't
How
match that up
dare
with the
you
likes.
watch and not like?
Too good to leave a like.
I know. People want this show for nothing. All I ask is for a like. Can't even get it.
Breaks my heart.
It does break my
You
heart.
people, you are the stars.
Robbie Anderson or Taylor Gabriel? Robbie Anderson.
Sledgehammer.
Robbie.
OBJ or Mike Williams? OBJ.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin or Devontae Parker? Devontae Parker.
I
McLaurin.
would agree.
Devontae Parker, Zach Pascal? Devontae Parker.
Parker.
Cam Brate or Tanner Hudson? If Brate's playing, it's Brate.
Great.
Ooh, yeah, great.
Metcalf or Marvin Jones? I'll take Metcalf. I don't love it.
Yeah, I'll take
Marv.
Metcalf too.
A lot of points being scored.
Marvin Jones or Juju?
Juju.
Smith Schuster.
Juju or John Brown? I'll take John Brown.
I'll take Juju.
Juju.
Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs? I'll take Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Jacobs.
Stafford or Lamar? Stafford.
Yep.
Stafford.
Pick one. That's funny. Lev Bell, Josh Jacobs, or Chubb?
Jacobs.
It's Chubb or Bell?
Lev.
I'll take Chubb. I just think Chubb is the safest one on that board.
You're not wrong.
Jacobs
But
is the same.
Oh, bomb. No, that's not Kenny Stills. Need one running back and one flex from these five. So this is a me question only. Walton, Michelle, Sanders. I guess that's Miles Sanders. Mike Williams or Robbie Anderson. I'll take Walton and Robbie Anderson. Go Dolphins, Jets.
Hooray.
James White and Rex, game time decision, or Jamal Williams. I'll take.
That's not a question. Ban him.
He's getting antsy to use his bands.
Why are you banning that person? They're
Not a
asking.
question. What are you adding Rex in there? Ban him.
Because Rex affects James White's
Yeah,
value.
that's what he's saying. With Rex as a game time decision or Jamal
Ban
Williams.
him.
No, I'm taking away a ban from you.
Well, then I don't actually have bans then. If my bans have to go through
Well, that's
your
a
veto-
that's a completely
If I don't have a
legitimate.
ban.
That's a completely legitimate question.
What only thing that matters is my opinion as to when I want to use the ban or not use the ban. Or I
Ban
don't
Tim.
have-
Ban Tim. Tim's on a 5-minute timeout.
Might only be a minute left in the show, so that's bad news
No,
for him.
we got to the likes. So thank you everyone out there for liking it. Tim's on a 5-minute timeout though. James White or Jamal Williams?
James White.
You should probably take him out of your ear. 'Cause
Muted. Let me know when
He's going to continue talking, but you'll be able to hear him. That's true.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, don't
I'll say-
respond
who'd
to
you
him
say?
because nobody can hear
James
him.
White.
He's
I'll
banned.
say James White as well. Standard scoring: John Brown or Robbie Anderson? John Brown.
John Brown, yeah.
Gore or McCoy? Gore.
Yeah.
Sutton or John Brown? John Brown.
John Brown.
Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson? Play Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
6-point passing touchdown, Lamar Jackson or Jameis Winston? Jameis Winston.
Jameis.
Gallup or David Montgomery? I like Gallup.
Gallup.
Josh Brown, Josh Brown. Who's Josh Brown?
The amalgamation of Josh Allen to Josh Brown.
I'll say John Brown or Divine Singletary. I'm going to give this guy a ban for life.
Well, he's from Buffalo. It's not his fault he can't spell.
Cousins or Lamar Jackson? Take Cousins.
I think that's my cutoff. I'm going to take Lamar.
You'll take Lamar there?
Yeah.
All right. Curtis Samuel or Amendola or Deshaun Jackson?
There I might take Deshaun.
Yeah, I'll take Deshaun Jackson as well. Jacobs or Lindsey? Jacobs.
Jacobs.
Hollywood Brown or Devontae Parker? I'll take Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
Waller or Montgomery? Waller.
Waller.
A freaking P or Robbie freaking Anderson?
I will go with Robbie freaking Anderson.
I will take Robbie freaking Anderson as well. Matt Moore or Jacoby Brissett? Take Matt Moore.
Matt Moore, yeah.
This guy's asking nonsense questions, so you get banned for life. Montgomery, Walton, Singletary, Gore, or Duke?
I'll take Montgomery.
Take Walton. Yeah, I'll take Walton. Eckler, Lindsey, or Samuels? Take Eckler.
I'll take Samuels.
Tom Brady or Phillip Rivers? Take Phillip Rivers.
Phil.
Juju Smith-Schuster, Mike Williams, Sammy Watkins, or Cortland Sutton?
Juju.
Yeah, Juju. Melvin Gordon, Eckler, or Mack? Pick 2. I feel like we had that one. Can't remember, though.
It does sound familiar.
I'll take Eckler or Mack.
Yeah.
Montgomery or Miles Sanders?
Montgomery.
Montgomery. Browns or Pats D? Pats D. You just play Pats D.
Just keep playing them.
DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel? DJ Moore.
Yep.
Gallup or David Montgomery?
We did just have that
We
one.
did just have that one. You're banned for life. Standard. John Brown or Robbie Anderson? There, I will take John Brown.
John Brown.
PM can be such an asshole. Really appreciate it. Love the show. See, this guy gets it.
He knows.
He knows. I'm here to be an asshole. It's the entire appeal of the show. Michelle or Mac? Mac.
Yes.
Tyrell Williams or Sony Michelle?
Tyrell.
Sam Darnold or Danny Dimes? Darnold.
Yeah, Darnold.
Michelle or Robbie Anderson? Robbie Anderson.
Robbie.
McLaurin or Mark Andrews? Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
Gallup or Sutton? I think Gallup.
Gallup.
Ty Johnson or Robbie Anderson?
Robbie.
Robbie. Sony Michelle or John Brown? John Brown.
John Brown.
Eckler, Jalen Samuels, Ty Johnson. That's too many here. So it's a question for me. Eckler, Samuels, Ty Johnson, Hunter Henry, Adam Thielen, or Sony Michelle. Pick 2. Samuels for sure. And Adam Thielen. Allen or Winston? I think Winston.
Yeah, Winston.
Anthony Miller or Curtis Samuel? I like Anthony Miller.
Yep.
James White or Sterling Shepard?
That's a good one.
White.
White. Yeah.
Bills D or Seahawks D? I'll take Bills D.
Yep.
Winston or Brady?
Winston.
Winston. Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen?
Josh.
Josh for me. Jameis or Josh Allen? I'll take Jameis.
Jameis.
Pick 1. Eckler, Henry, Tyrell Williams, or Sutton?
Eckler, Henry, Tyrell Williams, Sutton.
Do we know if Slay is playing or not? We don't, do we?
I don't think so.
And I don't even know what Henry he's talking about. So I'll say
I would assume Hunter Henry.
it could be Derrick Henry.
Could be. I'd say Hunter Henry if it's Hunter Henry.
You wouldn't say Derrick Henry if it was Derrick Henry?
I guess, yeah.
All right, Henry
yeah,
is the
Henry.
answer. MVS or Deshaun Jackson? Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun.
All right, you got 2 more before Tim is tagged back in here.
Okay.
Josh Allen, Jameis Winston, or Safe Space Sam? I will take Jameis.
Jameis.
Mark Andrews or Jonnu Smith? I'll take Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
All right, Paul, time to bring Tim is back from his 5-minute ban.
Microphone opened back up.
Microphone opened back up. Are you going to be petulant anymore?
Probably.
Okay. LaShawn McCoy or Royce Freeman?
Royce.
Yes.
I'll take Royce as well. Mac Michelle or Royce Freeman? I'll take Mac.
Mac.
Did they hit this field goal? No.
No.
They
That
didn't.
ain't close.
Did Stills get his catch?
I didn't notice. I went and got a DC.
Oh, just you went and cracked a DC on us?
Yeah, I did.
Now, Stills does not have his catch yet, unfortunately. Hunter Henry, Zach Ertz, or Jonnu? Henry.
Henry.
Ertz.
Yeah, Tim's back. Jack Doyle or Noah Font? I like Noah Font better.
Ant.
Yeah. Noah.
AP or Jarvis Landry? Jarvis
Jarvis.
Landry.
Peterson, play the running back.
But in other instances, you have taken the wide receiver.
Yeah, but when it
I
fits
know,
his narrative, remember, he
no,
lives his own
it's just-
truth.
It's very close, so when it's close, take the running back.
Bell or Josh Jacobs in a cash game?
Bell.
Bell. Or sorry, no, Jacobs, 100%.
The answer is Bell.
No,
Tight
sorry.
end, Zach Ertz or Jimmy Graham? There you play Ertz.
Ertz, yeah.
I need to get my double up in. Darn it.
Hawkinson or Brait? Hawkinson. Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, or Dalvin Cook? Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, Dalvin.
Look,
Devin Singletary or Deshaun Jackson? Full point. I'll play Deshaun.
You know what? There, I'll play Singletary.
Oh, sweet check down. Check down Charlie here from Minshew. Rivers or Fitz? I'll play Rivers.
Rivers.
AP, Walton, John Brown, or Shepard? John Brown.
Shepard.
John Brown.
OBJ or Devin Singletary? OBJ.
Oh, please. OBJ.
Jamal Williams or Melvin Gordon?
Melvin.
Melvin. Allen or Stafford? Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford.
Stafford.
Tim, Lamar or Jameis?
I'm going to play Jameis.
I would play Jameis as well. Jalen Samuels or Sony Michel? Samuels. Not even
Samuels.
close.
Yeah.
Double up.
You're not even paying attention.
He has 2 hours and 5 minutes to get these double ups.
I know. DJ Moore or MVS?
More.
MVS.
Moore. Would you like to bet that one? Moore versus MVS?
No.
You got all these claims.
Are you going to have MVS in a cash game lineup?
I'm putting him in one right now. I'm doing a Packer stack.
God.
I like how that wasn't one of his favorite props. MVS over anything.
Yeah, anything. I'm actually going to look up what his catch prop is right now. It can't be more than 2.5.
And bet the under.
What? A Raiders stack would also be fun.
Jeff Allen or Darnold?
Do I still have a ban, or am I not allowed to use them anymore?
No, this one has a typo in it, so yes.
Ban him.
That's your last ban. Jeff Allen. Galladay or Lockett?
Lockett.
Galladay.
Even though nobody on the Seahawks is any good. Lockett.
This joke is getting out of hand.
I don't care.
I like
It makes-
Galladay over Lockett.
I like
Juju's. Oh, we already did this one. Tyrell Williams or Philip Lindsay? Tyrell Williams.
Tyrell.
Tyrell, yeah.
Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Tyreek Hill, and Mark Walton. Sit one. I'd sit DJ Moore.
Yep.
Agreed.
McCoy or Deontay Johnson? I think McCoy.
Yeah, oh yeah, McCoy for certain.
It's McCoy, but it's close.
Montgomery or Singletary? Take Montgomery.
Yep.
Yep.
Mike Williams or Sammy Watkins? Take Sammy.
I'll take Mike.
Sammy Watkins.
Prison Mike?
Prison Mike.
OBJ or Singletary? OBJ.
OBJ.
John Brown or Juju? I'll take John Brown.
I'll take Juju.
Juju.
Samuels or Michelle? We already did that one. It's a repeat question from the same guy. You're banned for life. Can never ask a question again, pal. John Brown or Robbie Anderson? John Brown.
John, yeah.
Yeah, John Brown.
And we have 3 minutes, and we didn't get to the 400 likes. And the new bar needs to be set. If we want to do 5 minutes of overtime, we need to get to 500 likes.
Yeah, well, set the bar high. Make the people earn it.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
no giveaways either.
I already said what the giveaways are.
You can't take away their giveaways.
We did that once. And then
They'll revolt.
And then added more. And it was
that's
to unfollow Tim on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Remember that, Tim?
Yeah.
Crowder or Robbie Anderson?
Robbie.
Crowder.
Carson or Howard? Full point PPR. I'll still take Carson.
Carson.
Carson or Jalen Samuels? Samuels.
Samuels.
Mark Andrews or Jonnu Smith? Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson or Winston? 6-point passing touchdown. Winston.
Winston.
Djax or McLaurin? I'll still take McLaurin there.
Yeah, there's
I'm going to take
McLaurin.
McLaurin.
Wilson, Lockett, or Stafford Galladay? Take Wilson, Lockett.
Stafford Galladay.
Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks side.
I just like Wilson. Wilson, just take the better.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm not going to use a lot of Stafford today.
Godwin or Evans? Godwin.
Evans.
Me Cole, hard man, or Scorin McLaurin? I like this guy. Instead of just Scorin McLaurin, just Terry McScorin. That's a great name.
Terry
That might be
McScorin might be the way to
that
go.
might be the name.
I like that one.
McScorin is the
Yeah,
answer.
McScorin.
I like McLaurin as well, yes.
Pick 2, Tyrell Williams, John Brown, or Golden Tate? Brown and Williams.
Brown and Tate.
This guy keeps asking his Juju or Mike Williams question. He's banned for life.
See ya.
We need 100 likes in the next minute or we're getting out of here. Let's see here. Pascal or Cohen?
Cohen.
I'll take Pascal. Terry
McScoren.
McScoren or Amendola. I'll take McScoren.
I agree.
Stack Rodgers and Packers or Jameis and the Bucks. I'll take Jameis and the Bucks. But I don't like I think it's just a two-man stack. Jameis and Evans or Jameis and Godwin. I want Jameis and Godwin because the three of them never get on the same page in the same game.
That's true.
So just pick your poison and go with one of them, then bring it back with Lockett if you really want to spend that money.
Yeah.
That'd be my suggestion at least. Sanu or Shepard? Shepard.
Yes.
Yes.
Singletary or Howard?
Howard.
This guy has way too many people on this list. Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, or Walton? I think Jordan Howard.
Miles Sanders.
Howard.
Sanders would be last for me on that list.
Okay, well.
Freeman or Lindsey, and Brady or Brissett? I'll take Brady and
Brissett.
Lindsey. You can't take both quarterbacks, Tim.
I thought that's what you said.
No, I said Freeman or Lindsey and Brady or Brissett.
I'm going to go Royce and Brady.
Lindsey and Brady.
I'll go Lindsey and Brady as well. Alshon or Marvin Jones? Alshon.
Marv.
Devontae Adams or Tyler Lockett? I'll take a Lockett.
Lockett.
New England D or Bills D? New England D.
Always New England D.
Eckler or Lindsey? I'll take Eckler.
I like Lindsey.
Watkins or Mike Williams? Watkins.
I'm going to take Mike Williams.
Jimmy Graham or Eric Ebron?
Ebron.
I'll take Ebron as well.
Gary.
DJ Moore or Devontae Parker? I'll take Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
Parker.
Amendola or McScoren?
McScoren.
McScoren. I'm just pumped for that. It took like 9 weeks, but I think we got there.
Terry McScoren.
Yeah. If anyone ever calls him F1 in this chat, banned for life.
Oh, man.
That is
What a
the,
terrible.
it is really the single worst nickname I've ever heard. Yes, people who don't do nicknames trying to do nicknames is all that is.
Again, this is
Yeah, like when our friend tried to call Gardner Minshew Sinshu Minshew.
Yes.
Yeah. Not good.
No. Bad. Knox or Luke Wilson? I'll take Knox. Hard Knox.
Luke Wilson.
James White or Jamal Williams? I'll take White.
White.
Landry or Preston Williams? I'll take Landry.
Landry.
That's close, though.
Yeah.
Jeffrey or Metcalf?
Metcalf.
I'll take Jeffrey.
I'll take DK.
Rivers or Carr? Rivers.
Carr.
Tate or Shepard? Tate. Carr or Brissett? There, I will take Carr.
Carr.
Yeah.
Watkins or McScoren?
Watkins.
Scoring.
PPR, John Brown, Gallup, or Tyrell? I'll take John Brown.
Tyrell.
This guy says Mark Ingram or Preston Williams. Your answer? Banned for life. Robbie Anderson or Mike Williams? Robbie Anderson.
Yeah, Robbie.
Mike Williams.
Really?
I don't trust Robbie.
MVS or Deshaun Jackson?
Deshaun Jackson. Oh, no. Sorry, MVS. I'm sorry, I'm not listening.
I was going to say.
MVS.
Deshaun Jackson for
Deshaun,
me.
yeah.
Walton or Curtis Samuel? Walton.
Yes.
Walton
or David Montgomery? I'll take Walton.
Montgomery.
Take Montgomery.
Aaron Jones or Travis Kelce? DK Flex? I'll take Aaron Jones.
I agree.
Singletary or Hollywood Brown or McScoren?
McScoren.
I'll take Hollywood Brown.
I just like saying it.
It's fine.
This guy says Chris Conley or Demaryius Thomas. Well, Chris Conley's currently playing, so
Yeah,
Demaryius Thomas it is.
Hey.
Skins or Steelers D? Skins D.
Steelers D.
Sony or Frank Gore?
Frank.
Sony.
I like Sony. AP or Ty Johnson?
AP.
I'm going to go Ty.
I'll go AP. Jamal Williams, Preston Williams, or A.J. Brown? I'll take Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
I will too.
All right, we didn't get to the likes that we needed.
It's okay. I have to go to the bathroom anyway.
You have to go to the bathroom, and you're on the sweat starting
There
in
we go.
27 minutes on the DK channel. So we'll do 3 more before we get out of here.
Sure.
Hunter Henry, Evan Ingram, Alshon Jeffrey, Marvin Jones. Sit 1. I'll sit Marvin Jones.
Yep.
Yeah.
OBJ or Thielen?
Thielen.
OBJ.
Robbie Anderson or MJJ? Who's MJJ?
MJJ.
Marvin Jones Jr. And I will take Marvin Jones Jr.
I will take.
That seems like a really... Just say Marv.
Yeah.
It's only one more letter.
That's true.
God.
That's terrible.
would
Then we
ban
have to
that
think
guy.
about it. You want to ban him?
Yeah, ban that
All
guy.
right, ban for life.
Nice.
Gary,
no one-
getting in on it. You really have to go to the bathroom, don't
I
you?
do.
Paul Richardson or Zach Pascal?
P. Rich.
Pascal.
Pascal.
His P-rich MVS teams are going to be awful.
Last one, Jalen Samuels or Derrick Henry? Jalen Samuels.
Jalen.
Jalen Samuels.
Jalen Samuels in every DK lineup, yes or no? Yes.
Yes.
Not everyone, no.
Yes.
You have to pick yes or no, Tim.
Then no.
Well, there's a losing way to go about it. That'll do it on the Pat Mayo Experience. Thank you all for tuning in to the live chat. We got through 35 minutes of live chatting, and we answered a lot of questions when Tim was on timeout. I think we answered more questions then than we did when Tim was on the line. Are you done?
Accurate in that assessment.
Are you done tinkering with your head-to-head and cash game lineups?
No, yes, I just finalized my double up.
Who is your cash game quarterback?
Derek Carr.
All right.
Carr, it's a Raiders stack.
Okay. And is Foster Moreau in it?
No, but then I came back with Chiefs for some reason with both Hill and Watkins.
Is that because you thought the Raiders were playing the Chiefs?
No, I just have a lot of Raiders and Chiefs.
Okay, that sounds like a very volatile cash game lineup, sir. Follow Garion on Twitter at Garion Thorne. Like I mentioned, he will be on the sweat starting in 25-ish minutes on the DraftKings YouTube channel and the DraftKings Facebook channel as well. So go check all that out. All your last-second news, all the inactives will be up there. My rankings are updated. I'll be releasing the show prop bets as well here in a few minutes up on my Twitter feed, Facebook feed, and Instagram feed, all at the PME. Thank you all for tuning in. Good luck in Week 9. Go win some monies, okay? I'll see you next time.